What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new reaction, and welcome to day number 19 of Reactmas. Some of y'all might be wondering, JT, why are you bundled up like you live in Alaska? Well, that's because Kentucky is trying to be Alaska today. It's snowing for the first time. It's 32 degrees, but with 14-mile-an-hour wind, it feels like 22 outside. So in other words, it's freaking cold. But today, we're watching differences between living in the US and in the UK. I always think it's really cool when we compare like just how different our everyday lives are. Like just being separated by an ocean makes our everyday life so different. And I always think it's cool when we compare the two. So we're about to get into it. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, drop a like if you want to see more reactions like this. But other than that, let's get into it.
In the UK, we do not have AC.
Don't know anyone in the States that has this. If you had this in the States, I would think you're super fancy.
The aircon, I think even if we had it like in my house in the UK, we would never use it.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Lauren from the UK.
Hi, I'm Callie from the USA.
Hi, I'm JT from Kentucky.
We have a lot of fences.
Not everyone in
gates.
the States has a fence.
You guys have attic, right?
Sometimes. Not everyone, but some people do. They have the like pull down thing with the ladder.
Garage. Some houses just
Which is one of the most dangerous things ever, by the way. Like, it's terrible.
don't have them.
Really?
Yeah.
What if when the weather is bad?
Your car just gets wet or
Yeah. People in the States, you almost always have a garage. Some people have 2 or 3 car garages,
I
which
know.
is
True.
crazy. People
Even
will-
though I've never lived in a place, or actually I take that back. We lived in a place for like 4 months that had a garage. But besides that, every house I've ever lived in, and when I was young, we moved around a lot, never had a garage. Like attached, detached, whatever, never had one.
also turn that into a fun space sometimes. My family, they
Or you live in it like we have been for the past year, so.
have a nice garage, like a 2-car garage. They do park their car in there in the winter, but they also have room for like dartboard and a little bar. They keep it heated so we can go out there and party a bit.
Do you guys have conservatory?
What is that? It sounds like, is that like a greenhouse thing?
It's like a greenhouse, but
Yeah.
it's in your house.
Okay.
So it's
In
like
your
usually
house?
attached to the living room, and it's like a greenhouse. But usually people will use it as a place to just kind of sit.
That's on people's houses?
Yeah.
That's what those things are? I always thought that was just like an enclosed like deck. Or almost like a sunroom type thing. I didn't know you could turn that into a greenhouse. What the
That's
heck?
gorgeous.
Yeah, that's
Whoa,
fire.
Is that common?
So this is super common actually.
Whoa. Don't know anyone in the States that has this. I feel
No.
like if you had this in the States, I would think you're super fancy.
Really?
Oh yeah, only rich people would have that. The only greenhouse I've ever seen in real life was made out of old pallet wood and a bunch of just random plastic they found around the house. Literally. It was a very ghetto greenhouse, but it worked. It worked.
People just use it as like a place to sit and gather. It's so cold in the UK. This actually is like warm.
Okay.
So in the summer people will sit, and it's also like connected to the garden.
Huh.
So it would also maybe be the way to the garden in
Okay.
most houses.
Yeah. So it's like a sunroom. I have seen those before. My nana actually has a sunroom, so. House size.
So in the UK, the average house size is 900 square feet.
I'm trying to envision like how big that would be.
It's not huge, but it's not, you know, tiny.
In the US, the average is 1,600 square feet.
Jeez.
Larger.
Wow,
Yeah.
like 1.5 times, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I think, like you said before, we just have so much land, typical
Yeah.
to have larger houses in the States.
And like, yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like if you envision Texas and all of that land and
Yeah.
those gigantic houses, which are so cheap,
Yeah.
in my opinion, like, wow, yeah.
I think the Texas houses are just like another level.
Yeah, I don't know about the cheap part, but yeah, they are pretty big.
From before, like the semi-detached and the terrace houses would have a living room, a kitchen, 2 or 3 bedrooms, and a bathroom, and maybe a downstairs toilet. I'm
Okay.
thinking back to my university
See,
house, yeah.
I feel like UK houses have like everything you need. And then people in the US just have a bunch of randomness. Like they'll have like 3 dining rooms and then like 2 kitchens, a complete like room that they just call a walk-in pantry. Have y'all ever seen a walk-in pantry? It's literally a bedroom just for your food.
And then like the detached houses may have 3 or 4 bedrooms, maybe like 1 or 2 bathrooms, obviously like a larger living room and kitchen.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how many rooms that is.
Yeah.
A lot.
I think it's a little bit similar in the States, maybe 3 or 4 bedrooms even. Large living room. Sometimes we have a kitchen in a separate dining room. Do you have that in the UK sometimes?
Yeah, it just depends on the size of the house,
Yeah.
honestly.
It varies probably a lot.
Yeah.
Same in the States, but I would say it's quite common to have a separate kitchen and a dining room, some kind of utility room where you do your laundry, and then maybe...
Yeah, don't y'all... In the UK, isn't your, like, washer and dryer in the kitchen? I think we've seen that in a couple of videos before where, like, you'll have a dishwasher, then you'll have the washer. And I don't even think a lot of times y'all even have a dryer. I think a lot of y'all like hang your clothes out, which is smart because dryers run up that electric bill like none other.
Bathrooms,
2
I would
bathrooms,
say is common. Nowadays, most people have at least 2. Yeah, some places might still have 1. I think 2 is quite common.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 1 at least with a, 1.5 baths.
Yeah.
We
I will
like
say-
1.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, we've been looking at houses and stuff for the past like year, and living in a house for the past about year and a half with only 1 bathroom in it, we made it an absolute necessity to have 2 bathrooms. Even though there's only 2 of us living there, because I swear to you, I never have to use the bathroom until Anna's in there. Like, as soon as she goes in there, whether she's taking a shower, doing makeup, or whatever, as soon as she walks through that door, my belly just gets to rumbling.
One with the bathtub, one where it's just like the toilet.
We call it a downstairs toilet. In the UK, we do not have AC. It
Never?
does not get hot enough, like especially not where I live up in the north. It is not hot. I know when we had the heat wave, I was dying.
Yeah.
And I actually like was in an attic room.
Oh, gosh.
Back then, in my student
Boiling up
days,
there.
I was boiling to death.
See,
And
I
had a tiny window.
couldn't imagine not having AC. Like, I've lived in houses that the AC went out in, and dude, you're terrible. It's miserable the entire time. So I could not imagine not even having like the option to turn the air conditioning on. Especially here in Kentucky, it gets so hot in the summer. And compared to other states down south, it doesn't even really get that hot here in Kentucky. But it still gets way too hot to not have air conditioning. So that's crazy that y'all don't even think about it just because it doesn't get that hot over there.
But usually we will just open the window to get a breeze.
What if there's no breeze?
Yeah, if there's no breeze,
True.
we have fans, just like the standing kind of fan, and that's it. We just melt,
Oh my
I guess.
gosh. How long would that last if you have like some heat
The
wave in
heat wave
summer?
can be like 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay.
And growing up, there was never a heat wave really. It's just like over the past few years.
Is it common at all in Europe, do you know? I went to like Sweden, in Norway, and Finland, and I was shocked by that
Yeah.
too, because we went in the middle of summer and we were hot.
Yeah.
Even though it's not known for having hot weather, even in public places sometimes, like public transportation, on the subway, we had all of our luggage and we were just like sweating.
They don't have it on the London Underground. Usually we just open the kind of like window that connects the carts, and then the breeze from the train kind of like is what
Wow, I didn't know
cools
that.
people
So they
down.
don't even have air conditioning like on the trains and stuff? What the heck?
It just doesn't really exist.
Do y'all have AC in your cars? Like, you got to, right? And like, I'm sure you do. So like, how often do you use like the air conditioning in your car? Y'all let me know.
So I think like European people just kind of try
Just not
to
a
deal
thing.
with the heat if it is
Yeah.
hot.
In the US, I think a lot of people would have an AC.
Pretty much
A lot
everybody.
of times it'll just have the unit that you put in the window kind of thing. We also use fans. Every household is different, but I'm sure even in the like more southern states, it's even more common.
Yeah.
We also have the ceiling fans.
Yeah, those things freak me out.
they
I'm
kinda
like, they're
scare
gonna
me
fall
too.
on my head and crush me.
Yeah.
Or...
Wait, y'all don't have ceiling fans? Dude, I absolutely love a ceiling fan. Like, we got one in the living room. That thing has been running for the past year and a half, I swear. It never gets turned off. Just because it's so good to have. Because, like, in the winter, when you have the heat on, the heat rises so you can push it back down to where you actually are. And then you crank that sucker up in the summertime and just get that cold air circulating.
Yeah, those are kind of scary, but they do help like keep the house ventilated, so that's nice. We'll have the ceiling fans, sometimes some standing fans, and then also the AC.
Yeah.
Got the bases covered.
Must be nice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like, but before we go to sleep, the AC's on. We have like a box fan or a standing fan or whatever running. And then the ceiling fan is also on. It feels like a damn windstorm in there. But it's lovely. It is so lovely.
The washing machine in the UK, yeah, it usually looks like the one on the right. Yeah, they're not usually together. If we even do have a dryer, I think it's not too common to have a dryer in the UK. I may just be talking from personal experience, but we don't have a dryer at home, like a tumble, we call it a tumble dryer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mainly for like environmental reasons. And we don't use it, we just hang up our washing on the clothing, like the washing line.
Yeah.
Or we have like one of those kind of looks like a spider's web, like this
Okay.
kind of shape, and then we just hang it and it spins in the breeze.
Like out
Wait,
in
it
your garden.
actually spins? That's cool. I've seen those before. I just thought you just hung it on there. I didn't know it spun.
Yeah.
Or something. Okay.
Because the tumble dryers, they're expensive in the
Yeah.
UK as well.
Oh, yeah, they are.
My uni house had a 2-in-1, but the dryer was not good at all, so I just didn't use it.
Okay. Do you ever hang your stuff inside?
Okay, I would use like a clothing like rack, like a clothes horse sometimes. Obviously, if it rains a lot.
Yeah.
See, a lot of times if we hang clothes, we hang it like on the curtain rod that's in the shower. So you just hang it over the shower. Usually the only things we hang up like that are like hoodies, jackets, big heavy stuff like that. But everything else, nope, getting tossed right in that dryer.
It's like a high tech, like
It doesn't spin by itself. It's
Yeah.
just like in the wind.
Yeah.
It's good. These dryers, yeah, I'm kind of jealous.
I do kind of love the dryers. I know they're bad for the environment, like you said, but there's something about putting your blankets or your sweaters and your socks in the dryer and like.
Nothing hits more than on a cold winter day. Like tonight, as soon as I get done making this video, this is what I'm doing. Getting a nice, clean, warm blanket or a pair of socks, like she said, out the dryer and just snuggling up with it. Oh, nothing's better. I feel like every American has that childhood memory of their mom or their parent coming in with a nice warm basket of clothes that she just got out the dryer and they dump them on top of you. You have never felt more warm and secure in your entire life.
Oh, it's so cozy in the winter time. It's very common in the US. Most people have a washer and a dryer.
Yeah, it must be nice.
Yeah. I don't have the patience maybe to hang everything
Yeah,
up
it is
to-
quite. If it suddenly starts to rain, which
Yeah.
it loves to do in the UK, you have to run outside and then
Take
collect
everything
everything.
down.
Yeah, it's annoying. So the plug sockets in the UK are the 3-pronged. Is it called a prong? I don't know. A
Yeah,
3-pronged socket.
Uh-huh.
Usually like 230 volts.
Okay.
I am pretty sure majority, if not all of them, have a switch, like to actually turn on the plug.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're not just like open, they have like an actual switch.
Every outlet.
I'm
has-
like thinking, and I'm pretty sure all of them.
Whoa.
See, I wish our sockets here in the US had those switches. Just because it'd be so smart to save energy and save on the electric bill and stuff. I just know I would get so mad to forget to flip that switch and like I plug in my phone and go to sleep and I wake up and my phone's just dead as ever. Like,
That's so convenient. I love that. Yeah, we have a 3-prong also, but you can tell it's a different kind. I've never seen anybody with the switch.
And
That's
also, is it always like 2 outlets in one?
yeah. I don't think I've ever seen just a single one like that. It's always
Yeah.
the double.
And it's always vertical?
Yeah.
We have like either one, or if we have 2, they're usually side by side like this, rather than like this.
Oh, okay.
yeah, ours are always vertical. And yeah, you'll never see one. Sometimes you'll even see 4 or 6 all on the same thing. But alright guys, that is going to do it for the differences between living in the US and in the UK. Y'all let me know some more differences that you might think of down in the comments. I did not know that greenhouse sunroom looking thing was that common in the UK. Like I've seen them in pictures and in videos and stuff. I don't know why I never thought to like think what that was. But that is going to do it for today's reaction. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Drop a like for more reactions like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you go out today. Spread love, spread kindness. Do something nice for somebody today. I love you guys so much. I really do. JTReacts, I'm out. Peace.